everybody. Welcome to my living room. We are sitting around having a chit chat. Me and Shardee and Claire.
Raise hell.
Otherwise known as Charlie.
Yes.
Hi guys, how y'all doing? Hi Sandy and Fran. Good to Periscope with y'all tonight. Okay, so we're just sitting in my living room having a little talk about, do people change? Y'all, I hope you know, people change. I see it happen every day. I see it happen every week. People change. I've experienced it in my own life. I have changed. My husband has changed. My parents have changed. And my friends have changed. I've seen all kinds of people change in my life. It happens. Now, I've seen people that don't change, and I've seen people that have changed for the worse, but I've also seen people change for the better and literally turn their lives around, literally walk away from drug addictions, from alcohol addictions, from being addicted to pornography, from being addicted to all kinds of abuse and abusive situations. It's great. Shardee looks tired back there. Shardee, don't look tired. There she looks awake right now, Cecily. Oh, Cecily's laughing at you. She's awake. But you know, we're just telling stories about change. In my life, y'all, I have witnessed, there was a time in my life that literally, out of my mouth, I said, I don't think people change. I don't think it is possible for people to really change. And I really believe once a cheater, always a cheater. Once a liar, always a liar. Once an addict, always an addict. And you know, sometimes that is the case and somebody will choose to not change. But oftentimes people choose to change. And the bottom line is it's not only possible, but it's definitely going to happen. Whenever you feel like that, Fran, it's not true. It's not only possible, it's probable. In fact, it is 100% likely to happen whenever you surrender your life to Jesus Christ. And when you do that, the change happens in and through you because of your relationship with Jesus. We have someone who makes it possible. That's right, Cecily, you know that. Fran, don't give up, because all you have to do is believe. You have to believe, and you want to be strong and courageous, because it's so true. It will happen. Change will happen. Life change is the most exciting thing. I remember one time, President Bush, George W. Bush, we love him here in Dallas, and he said one time, Jesus Christ is the Lord of my life because he changed my heart. He changed my heart. And y'all, that's such a profound statement. And he's the Lord of my life because he changed my heart. And when your heart changes, your mind changes and your behavior changes and everything changes as a result of your heart changes. So once your heart changes, so one thing after another just follows and you can't help but change. In fact, the Bible says that you become a new creation, and it's really cool. Oh, that's precious. Hi, Malachi. Thanks for following, y'all. Thanks for the hearts too. Thank you for all of you that are watching and watching on the replay and giving the hearts. I really appreciate that. One time I heard a statement many years ago, until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, you won't. You know, we just don't. It is just our human nature that we're going to stay in that comfort zone of staying the same, even if we're miserable, because change is hard. Change is hard, change takes courage, but until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, you won't. So Fran, for some reason in your life, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, girl. You are tired of your life as is, and you wanted to change, so you reached out to make Jesus Christ the Lord of your life. That just means that you would recognize the fact that you need a Savior, and that's what we all did. Post that, okay. Until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, you won't. So you can watch it on the replay and just keep writing that down. I don't have the ability to write it, but maybe I'll put it on my website. But y'all, it is so true. And maybe I could put it on my Instagram or Facebook too, Fran, and you can find that quote there. But it's a great quote, and it does hold so much truth, and it's impacting. Because we do have to take the personal responsibility to say, you know what, enough is enough. I've got to change. Enough is enough. I will go through the pain of change to get a different result. Because when we continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, it's not going to happen. But there you go, until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, you won't. Thanks, Cecily. You got it, girl. You got it. You're so precious. Oh, and you love your Franny, don't you? Don't you, Donna? I love your family. But y'all, there you go. That is a fact. You need to believe it. You need to know it, and you need to embrace it as a truth. Shardee and I were just talking about it, and she was amazing. There she is. Woo! She's amazing because she knows that it is not only possible to change, it is possible to completely change, right, Shardee? And she completely changed her life. I'm going to turn this around this way. Here you go. So that you can see, Shardee, tell a little bit about how you changed, and just kind of, let's just chit chat a little bit, and I'll come back there with you.
Why don't you Q&A me?
Q&A you?
I'll give you an A.
Well, you know what? We were just talking about you watching the change in your mom. Y'all, Shardee used to have a mom who was a heroin addict, the most of your life. And so during this time, Shardee would tell about that whole time of your life. Your mom's a heroin addict, and
I wanted her so bad. She was always in and out, and all I longed for is I've got to have my mom. So I would follow her, I would chase her around, I would like hunt for her, sometimes in the middle of the night, and tell the story of what I told you before.
Yeah.
And it got to a point so bad to where, as I got older. This is after analyzing all my steps, and I ended up stepping into her world. I would try to save her, me and my sisters, and I ended up just stepping into her world and
becoming drug addicts like her.
And then I became a heroin addict. Although I said, I hate drugs and I hate alcohol and I hate heroin addicts and I'll never be an addict. And sure enough, I became an addict, and
you became an addict. But here's the point of my story.
Yeah.
At one point, your mom and you both decided to make a change. And you both did. And you both have been clean and sober for how many years now?
Over a few. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few years. So it was a really cool story. I checked into a faith-based rehab called Teen Challenge.
Woo!
Went there for
Challenge. Woo,
for 14 months.
Go for Teen Challenge.
Yeah, they taught us about having a relationship with God is foundation for everything, and how to read and study the Word and let it actually change your heart, go in and go through a process and change you. And then we prayed for my mom every day. I had a whole crew praying for her, and we prayed her in, and she followed.
She followed.
And
Mommy
so now
followed. So mommy's not a heroin addict anymore.
Full-blown grandmother.
Woo! It is a full-blown grandmother. Y'all, she totally changed. Her mom is not a heroin addict anymore. Nobody in her family. She and her sisters, they get to enjoy just being a close, a well-connected family now.
Yeah, so we're all so close and restored. My God, it's so restored. It's crazy.
And changed. As a result of really deciding that you were tired of that life, and deciding that you wanted to make Jesus the Lord of your life, and that's where the change comes. Yeah. Bottom line is you have to believe, y'all. It's all about believing. You have to believe that change is possible. If you don't believe that change is possible, then it's not possible. You have to believe that it's possible, but not on our own willpower, y'all. Willpower has no power, but Jesus has all the power. I like what my shirt says, and it's not us, but it's Jesus, right? So isn't that so cool? Cecily says she's so happy for you. Oh. Cecily, you've changed, right, girl? You are not the same person that you were. You've seen all the change in your life, and it's so amazing. Okay, this guy says, how scared were you about the change? So just be honest. How afraid were you about making that change?
Well, certain situations, like I would be using for, even before like the harder stuff with just like pain pills, I would be there and I'd be using, and I would pray and I'd be like, I know I'm going to end this someday. I know I'm going to be free from this. I don't know how, and I can't break away, but I had some faith that I would be free from it.
That you'd be free from it, yeah.
But when it actually came down to it, like really making the transition to go, like I went to rehab once, and I knew I was going to change, and it was going to be okay. And I was afraid, but I knew I had to go. My life was miserable, so I had to do something. And then the second time I went, I was afraid, but I just knew that there was more to life, that there was so much more, and that no matter what, like, it can't get worse than this. Like, I've already felt sad, miserable, depressed, painful, like, everything. Like, what's the worst that could happen is I could get better, and I could actually, like,
have a
new
life.
Yeah. Like get the things that I want out of life. So.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Fran, that anger, girl, it's so great to give that anger to Jesus and to let him give you peace. You know, and it's a trade-off. It really is a trade-off because you're not going to be able to stick with that anger and also have love at the same time. It's like you have to trade it off. So you have to be willing to let go of that anger. Everybody that you're mad. You ended up changing. You could never hurt anyone. Well, you know, it's true. And then you can go from one thing that you're mad about to the next thing that you're mad about. Claire, have you seen people change? Claire has changed.
Yes.
She's no longer an addict. She
No.
made a change. Tell them about your change.
I wasn't addicted to hard drugs. I was basically just doing a lot of Adderall and smoking a lot of pot. Basically 24/7, every second I was awake, I was stoned or under the influence, and I was a very angry human being too. So I feel your pain there, and it always feels justified, no matter what anger you have. Like it is justified in some way or another. You are angry for a reason. But
I talked about that by Periscope earlier today. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to let that go, and then like Trina said, once you realize that the pain of changing is greater than staying the same, you're not going to change. Like,
It's true.
so once
It
I
is
realized
true.
that my life was just like not going anywhere from there, I mean, Trina reached out to me, and I up and moved halfway across the country, just with all my family and friends, and I just said bye. And I mean, when I got here, Trina was like, "You are an angry kid, man. Like, you need to get over that."
She did a Facebook rant, and I'm like, girl, she is mad at life.
I
We need you to come make a
was.
change. So we're glad that you came.
Yes.
You know, sometimes making a change means you got to actually pick up and change location.
Yes.
It does take courage, and you do need a good support system. It really helps if you had a good support system. But there are so many people, so many Christians that really want to be supportive, like Teen Challenge or any sort of faith-based rehab. We were sort of your teen challenge here.
Yeah, you guys were.
But you know what? It is so good to really be an advocate to people that want to change, and you can be their support system. But it's really important that you guys help encourage people to make a change. But in order to do that, you have to believe that they can change.
Yes.
If you
We
have
always
this
think of them the
mindset
same,
that
like-
people cannot change, then you're not going to be able to help them change if you don't believe they can.
Right.
So you've got to really, you know, as I'm crawling around the living room here trying to get everybody on the camera, you know, as you guys just help people change, believe that Jesus can do the work. It's the best thing you could do to get away from the negative people. Oh, it does. You're right. You're right, Franny. That is one thing that is difficult, but because you are going to have to change. You're going to have to change your friends. In order to change, y'all, I know this sounds very profound. You can't change and stay the same at the same time.
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to literally make a change. So if you need a change in your life and you're tired of the addictions, you're tired of the misery, you're tired of your anger, y'all, you need to make a change, which literally means stop doing things the same way. So you might have to move, you might have to get a new job, you're for sure going to get to do new friends, you're going to have to get a new schedule. Like go to bed at bedtime and wake up in the morning. You know, you're going to have to get a new schedule, like eat 3 meals a day. You're going to have to, you know, you have to do things different. That's right. New habits, Jennifer. Change friends. Listen, not do you have to change friends sometimes, Donna. Literally, you have to change friends all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can sort of look back and you can find childhood friends or family members, people that you've known a long time that were not part of that bad influence, and you can reconnect with those people. But the people that are in your life during the worst time of your life usually are people that are contributing to that. And so you have to really connect with the people that are going to contribute to your change, to your positive change, and to your recovery. But anyway, but for any of that to happen, y'all, I just want to challenge you tonight. You have to believe that people change, and you have to believe that you can change. So embrace change, okay? Embrace change in your life. Change is good. Change is good. And we're always growing and we're always changing. So I want you guys to embrace that. So whatever it is in your life that needs to be changed, just do it. Just do it. Just be brave, be strong, be courageous, and just do it. It is fun to hear some lady stories, isn't it? And it's fun to have y'all in my living room. So y'all say goodbye to my friends there. Goodbye, Shardee. And goodbye, Charlie. This is Charlie. You might see Shardee and Charlie a lot on my Periscope because they are always really great to follow with me. But they both live in my house. And why do they live here? Because I'm part of their support system, and everybody needs that. So y'all, if you are already somebody that is strong, then bring people around that need support. So then you become their support. So now Shardee can support others. Charlie can support others because they now are stronger. So when you're stronger, you can be a support to others and you can reach out to others. Then you can be really an agent of change. So you want to do that. That's the way that you can sort of give back. Okay. So God bless you guys. Thanks for joining me tonight and have a great rest of the night. And I'll be back tomorrow at noon and 9. Bye-bye.